Did you know that many people over 60 say this is the happiest decade of their love lives? It's true, and it might surprise you. For decades, society has made us believe that romance, desire, and intimacy fade away as we age. But what's actually happening is something far more beautiful. People over 60 are discovering love, passion, and connection in ways they never imagined. Take Gloria, for example. She's 67, recently retired, and after years of focusing on family and career, she decided to explore the world of dating apps. Not for casual chatting or fleeting flings, but to find meaningful companionship and emotional connection. At first, she was hesitant, unsure if she still had the confidence or energy to put herself out there. But with every swipe, message, and small victory, Gloria began to rediscover parts of herself she thought were long gone. The thrill of meeting someone new, the joy of shared laughter, and the comfort of knowing she could be desired and appreciated at this stage in life. It's a journey that many seniors are taking today, embracing technology, social events, and even community groups to forge connections that go beyond the surface. Have you felt love or desire change after 60? Maybe you've noticed new ways of connecting with friends, partners, or even yourself that surprise you. Share your experience in the comments. Your story could inspire someone else taking the same steps. And before we dive deeper into Gloria's journey and the secrets she's learning about love, intimacy, and happiness in this chapter of life, if this already speaks to you, hit that hype button. Let's put seniors' love stories on top and make sure the world sees that desire, joy, and connection don't have an expiration date. Gloria Winslow isn't your typical senior trying to date again. At 67, she carries a lifetime of experiences, memories, and lessons. Some joyous, some bittersweet. Widowed 5 years ago, Gloria had poured her energy into her family and career for decades, leaving little time to focus on her own needs, desires, or personal fulfillment. Retirement opened a new chapter, but instead of feeling relief or freedom immediately, she felt a mixture of excitement and uncertainty. There was a quiet loneliness she hadn't acknowledged before, and a subtle longing for connection she hadn't felt in years. She knew she wanted companionship, but the world of dating, intimacy, and relationships after 60 seemed completely foreign and, frankly, a little intimidating. Gloria decided to take a brave step. She signed up for a dating app tailored for seniors and joined a local social club focused on friendship and shared activities. These decisions weren't easy. There was fear of rejection, of judgment, and even of confronting desires she hadn't explored in decades. She wondered, do people my age even want to connect romantically? Can I still feel attraction, intimacy, and closeness? Or am I too old to be desired? These are questions many seniors wrestle with, yet few talk about openly. As Gloria began her journey, small moments became big victories. Sending her first message felt like a plunge into icy water, terrifying, exhilarating, and full of potential. Receiving a thoughtful reply brought a rush of excitement and validation she hadn't realized she was craving. Each interaction, whether a conversation over coffee, a walk in the park, or a shared laughter at a community event, reminded her that desire, curiosity, and emotional intimacy are not bound by age. Gloria began to recognize patterns in her own emotions and behaviors. She valued honesty more than charm, emotional closeness more than superficial attention, and playfulness more than perfection. Her journey also taught her actionable lessons. Taking things slowly, setting boundaries, being open to vulnerability, and embracing opportunities for connection wherever they appear. Whether it was joining a watercolor class with a potential new friend or attending a dance night at her local senior center, Gloria learned that meaningful interactions could happen anywhere, and that the willingness to show up, truly show up, is the first step toward love and happiness after 60. Yet, despite these small victories, Gloria still felt a mixture of hope and apprehension. The emotional weight of previous relationships, coupled with the vulnerability of putting herself out there again, made every step a delicate balance between courage and caution. But one thing became clear. This journey wasn't just about finding a partner. It was about rediscovering herself, reclaiming her sense of joy, and learning that love and desire after 60 are as real, powerful, and transformative as at any other stage of life. Gloria's story is just beginning, and she's about to uncover truths about love, intimacy, and personal fulfillment that most people never expect. What she learns next will surprise her, and could very well surprise you too. Gloria is about to discover the surprising truth about love and sex after 60. And as you watch her journey, take note. There are lessons here you can apply in your own life, whether you're seeking companionship, rekindling romance, or simply embracing the freedom to explore love and happiness on your own terms. Chapter 1. Redefining Desire. For Gloria Winslow, redefining desire wasn't about rediscovering something she had lost. It was about understanding how it had transformed over time. Many people assume that sexual desire fades after 60, that the spark disappears, or that intimacy becomes purely functional or platonic. The truth is far more nuanced, and for seniors like Gloria, the changes can actually lead to deeper, more meaningful experiences of pleasure and connection. Gloria noticed that what she craved most now wasn't just the physical thrill she remembered from her younger years. It was closeness, tenderness, and the subtle language of touch. A gentle hand on hers during a shared walk, the warmth of a hug that lingers longer than usual, or the intimacy of sitting side by side in quiet conversation. All of these moments brought a kind of satisfaction that she hadn't realized was possible before. She realized that desire had shifted. It wasn't diminished. It had matured. It was less about instant gratification and more about emotional resonance, trust, and the joy of being fully seen and appreciated. This evolution of desire also brought confidence. Gloria found that she could communicate her needs and preferences without fear, embarrassment, or hesitation. She began setting boundaries and expressing herself openly with potential partners. The sense of self-awareness that comes with age meant that she knew exactly what made her feel loved, desired, and secure, and she no longer settled for less. Many seniors find that, paradoxically, the later decades bring a freedom to embrace sexuality in a way that is unapologetically authentic, unburdened by societal pressures or youthful insecurities. Actionable advice emerges from Gloria's journey. First, allow yourself to explore your desires without judgment. Recognize that they may look different from your younger self's expectations, and that's okay. Second, prioritize emotional connection alongside physical intimacy. It enhances satisfaction for both partners and creates a lasting bond. Third, experiment with small gestures of touch and affection to see what brings joy and comfort. This could be as simple as holding hands during a walk, sharing a slow dance at a community event, or giving a thoughtful, lingering hug to a partner. Gloria's discoveries also highlight a broader trend among seniors in the United States. People over 60 are increasingly embracing the idea that sexuality evolves rather than ends. From workshops on sexual wellness for seniors to online communities where experiences and advice are shared openly, seniors today are reclaiming intimacy on their own terms. By accepting the changes, exploring new forms of pleasure, and embracing emotional intimacy, Gloria, and many others, are experiencing some of the most fulfilling and confident years of their lives. Have you noticed your desires changing as you've aged? Maybe you find yourself craving deeper conversation, more meaningful touch, or simply a sense of closeness that wasn't as important before. Share your experiences in the comments. It's more common than you think, and your story might inspire someone else to embrace this new chapter of life. But here's the part most people miss. The secret to lasting happiness and love isn't just about desire. It's about how we nurture the connections that satisfy both heart and body. And that's exactly what Gloria is about to uncover in the next part of her journey. Chapter 2. Building Emotional Intimacy. For Gloria Winslow, the most surprising revelation in her journey of love after 60 wasn't physical attraction. It was the power of emotional intimacy. Over the years, society teaches us to equate love with passion or chemistry, but for seniors, the scales often tip in a different direction. After decades of experiences, losses, and life lessons, what truly sustains a relationship isn't always a fiery spark. It's connection, trust, laughter, and the comfort of being deeply understood. Gloria began to experience this firsthand with her new companion, Harold, a 70-year-old retiree with a witty sense of humor and a knack for storytelling. They decided to meet weekly for simple activities, walks in the park, coffee dates, and quiet evenings sharing memories of their pasts. Initially, Gloria wondered if these routines would feel ordinary or mundane compared to youthful romances, but she quickly realized the opposite. Each conversation, each shared laugh, each moment of vulnerability brought them closer than any fleeting encounter ever could. Emotional closeness became the foundation that allowed affection, tenderness, and yes, even intimacy, to flourish naturally and comfortably. This shift reflects a larger trend among seniors in the United States. More and more older adults are turning to friendship-first approaches when seeking companionship. Apps and websites that focus on friendship, social connections, and mutual interests, rather than solely romantic or sexual encounters, have surged in popularity. Community centers, hobby clubs, and online groups for seniors are thriving spaces for connection, emphasizing the idea that a strong emotional bond often precedes, supports, and strengthens romantic or physical intimacy. For Gloria, joining a local book club and a community gardening group opened doors to meaningful conversations, laughter, and shared experiences, proving that emotional intimacy can appear in the most unexpected places. Actionable advice for seniors looking to build emotional closeness. First, prioritize shared experiences over surface-level interaction. This could mean attending a local class, taking regular walks together, or volunteering side by side. Second, practice vulnerability. Share stories, fears, joys, and regrets openly. True emotional intimacy requires the courage to let someone see your authentic self. Third, focus on listening as much as speaking. Showing genuine interest in another person's experiences fosters trust and connection. Even small gestures like remembering a partner's favorite story or asking about their day create deep emotional bonds. Would you try a friendship-first approach in dating or relationships? Tell us why or why not in the comments. We'd love to hear your perspective. For Gloria, these emotional connections not only brought joy and fulfillment, but also a sense of safety and trust she hadn't experienced in years. It allowed her to slow down, appreciate the present, and embrace the nuances of companionship, understanding that intimacy isn't only physical, it's deeply emotional, supportive, and nurturing. But emotional intimacy alone isn't without challenges. Gloria is about to confront one of the most common mistakes seniors make when navigating love and companionship, an error that nearly set her back on her journey entirely. Next, we'll explore the number one mistake seniors make in love. Gloria almost fell into it herself. Chapter 3. Avoiding Common Pitfalls. Gloria Winslow's journey through love after 60 has been filled with discovery, joy, and meaningful connections, but it hasn't been without missteps. One of the most important lessons she's learned is that rushing into relationships, carrying unrealistic expectations, or letting fear of judgment guide decisions can be major obstacles to genuine connection. After the loss of her spouse, Gloria initially felt a surge of urgency to find companionship. She signed up for multiple dating apps at once, attended social events back-to-back, and pushed herself to meet as many potential partners as possible. At first, this seemed productive, but soon she realized it left her feeling overwhelmed, anxious, and disconnected from what she truly wanted. The pressure to catch up on years without romantic connection made her overlook compatibility, emotional readiness, and her own needs. Gloria discovered that loneliness often magnifies these pressures, creating a sense of scarcity that can lead seniors to settle for less than what truly brings fulfillment. Additionally, fear of judgment, worries about what friends, family, or even society might think about her dating life, sometimes caused her to hide parts of herself or rush interactions to appear normal or acceptable. These experiences are not uncommon. Many seniors navigate the delicate balance of seeking companionship while managing internal doubts and external expectations. The turning point for Gloria came when she paused to reflect on her journey. She realized that meaningful connections aren't built on speed, obligation, or fear. They're cultivated through self-awareness, patience, and authenticity. By taking the time to understand herself, Gloria began recognizing the types of relationships that truly resonated with her. She embraced vulnerability, sharing her fears, hopes, and desires openly with those she connected with, and discovered that transparency fosters trust and intimacy more effectively than hurried encounters. Actionable advice emerges directly from Gloria's experience. First, take the time to know yourself. Reflect on what brings you joy, what you want in a partner, and the boundaries that make you feel safe and respected. Second, embrace vulnerability. Opening up about your past, your dreams, and even your uncertainties invites deeper connections and shows potential partners your authentic self. Third, communicate openly. Ask questions, express needs, and share your intentions early. It helps avoid misunderstandings and builds a foundation of trust. Finally, recognize that slowing down is not a weakness. It's a strategy for creating relationships that are sustainable, joyful, and truly aligned with your values. Gloria also learned the power of pacing. Instead of rushing into multiple dates or jumping quickly into emotional intensity, she focused on cultivating one relationship at a time, nurturing trust, shared experiences, and emotional alignment. This approach not only reduced anxiety but increased satisfaction, confidence, and the likelihood of forming a lasting, meaningful bond. Have you ever rushed a connection, hoping to fill a void or catch up on lost time? How did it go? Comment below. We'd love to hear your experiences and lessons learned. By avoiding common pitfalls like unrealistic expectations, fear, and the pressure to act quickly, Gloria discovered that love after 60 isn't about hurrying. It's about creating space for authentic connection, building trust, and allowing relationships to develop naturally. The next chapter of her story will reveal how finding joy beyond romance enriches life in ways she never imagined. Chapter 4. Finding Joy Beyond Romance. For Gloria Winslow, the journey toward fulfillment after 60 became much richer when she realized that love and happiness extend far beyond romance. Many seniors feel pressure to prioritize finding a partner as the key to happiness, but Gloria discovered that true joy often comes from nurturing passions, cultivating friendships, and embracing self-love. She realized that the most satisfying relationships, romantic or otherwise, flourish when she herself is fulfilled, confident, and engaged in life. Gloria began exploring activities that had always intrigued her but had been postponed during decades of work, family obligations, and caregiving. She enrolled in a painting class at her local community center, rediscovering a creative side she had long forgotten. The process of mixing colors, creating textures, and expressing herself on canvas became both a meditative practice and a source of pride. Beyond the art, she found herself forming connections with classmates who shared similar interests, exchanging stories, and laughing at small mishaps in their creations. Each session provided a sense of belonging, inspiration, and joy that wasn't dependent on romantic attachment. In addition to new passions, Gloria reconnected with old friends she had lost touch with over the years. Afternoon coffees, long phone calls, and spontaneous walks in the park reminded her of the enduring power of companionship and shared history. She realized that these friendships were not just social niceties, they were emotional anchors that enriched her sense of purpose and self-worth. By investing in these connections, Gloria felt a renewed confidence and a greater capacity to love, both herself and others. Self-love became a cornerstone of Gloria's happiness. She learned to celebrate her achievements, embrace her quirks, and honor her needs without guilt. Simple rituals, such as a morning walk to enjoy nature, reading a book she loved, or practicing mindfulness, provided daily reminders that her fulfillment was within her control. This shift also positively impacted her romantic life. By feeling complete and joyful on her own, Gloria approached potential partners from a place of confidence rather than neediness, creating relationships grounded in mutual respect and genuine connection. For seniors watching, this chapter of Gloria's life offers actionable lessons. First, invest in passions or hobbies you've always wanted to explore, whether that's art, music, travel, or learning a new skill. Second, prioritize friendships. Deep, meaningful connections with peers offer support, laughter, and shared experiences that enrich life immensely. Third, practice self-love and self-care. Recognize that your well-being matters, and by nurturing yourself, you enhance your capacity to engage meaningfully with others. What passions or hobbies have you rediscovered, or always wanted to try? Share in the comments, because your experiences could inspire someone else to find joy in unexpected places. By expanding her world beyond romance, Gloria experienced a profound transformation. Happiness, she realized, wasn't solely about finding the right partner. It was about embracing life fully, cultivating meaningful connections, and celebrating the freedom and wisdom that come with age. And now, she's about to uncover a revelation that changes everything about how she, and anyone over 60, perceives love, desire, and happiness. Chapter 5. The surprising truth about love and happiness after 60. For Gloria Winslow, the culmination of her journey through love and life after 60 revealed a truth that few people speak about openly. Happiness in later life relationships isn't about finding someone perfect. It's about fostering connection, curiosity, and emotional authenticity. These are the qualities that consistently bring the most satisfaction to seniors navigating romance, intimacy, and companionship. Gloria had spent years believing that romance would follow a prescribed pattern, but her experiences taught her that true fulfillment comes from embracing relationships in a way that aligns with one's values, desires, and sense of self. Gloria's relationship with Harold, her companion from the local community center, became a living example of this principle. Their connection was not built on surface-level attraction or societal expectations, but on genuine interest in each other's lives, curiosity about each other's experiences, and the courage to express themselves fully. From sharing new hobbies like pottery classes to swapping stories of childhood adventures, they found joy in both the little and big moments. Laughter became a cornerstone of their bond. Inside jokes, playful teasing, and spontaneous adventures reminded them that love at this stage of life could be both meaningful and fun. Another key element of their satisfaction was mutual respect. Gloria and Harold honored each other's boundaries, celebrated each other's independence, and supported each other's personal growth. This balance of companionship and autonomy created a safe space where intimacy could thrive naturally. Physical closeness, once fraught with hesitation or insecurity, became a joyful expression of trust and desire rather than an obligation or expectation. Gloria discovered that emotional intimacy and playful passion could coexist, making their relationship deeply fulfilling on multiple levels. Actionable advice from Gloria's story for seniors seeking love and happiness. First, prioritize emotional authenticity. Show up as your true self and encourage your partner to do the same. Authenticity fosters trust and deepens connection. Second, stay curious. Ask questions, explore new activities together, and be open to discovering new layers of your partner's personality and your own desires. Third, nurture both passion and companionship. A relationship that balances fun, affection, shared experiences, and personal freedom is far more satisfying than one focused solely on physical attraction or convenience. Fourth, celebrate the small joys and victories. The laughter, shared meals, or quiet evenings together can be as meaningful as grand gestures. This journey also reflects a broader shift among seniors in the United States today. Older adults increasingly report that their most satisfying relationships are those where communication is honest, curiosity is maintained, and emotional authenticity is prioritized over superficial traits. Gloria's story illustrates that love after 60 can be exciting, rewarding, and even transformative if approached with intention and openness. What's your biggest lesson about love after 60? Share it in the comments. It might inspire someone else to embrace connection, curiosity, and authenticity in their own life. By the end of this chapter, Gloria's life is fuller, richer, and more vibrant than she ever expected. Her journey proves that love after 60 is not a compromise or a consolation prize. It's an opportunity to experience connection, passion, and happiness on your own terms. And the lessons she's learned can guide anyone ready to embrace the possibilities that this stage of life has to offer. Gloria Winslow's journey comes full circle with a transformation that is as inspiring as it is attainable. After years of navigating uncertainty, fear, and the complexities of relationships later in life, she now radiates confidence, joy, and a deep sense of fulfillment. She has discovered that love after 60 is not a lesser version of what it once was. It's an evolved, richer, and more meaningful experience. Gloria feels empowered to embrace desire without shame, to nurture emotional intimacy without fear, and to celebrate her individuality while sharing her life with someone who values and respects her fully. Her story illustrates a universal truth for seniors. Happiness, passion, and connection are not bound by age. They are entirely within reach for anyone willing to embrace them with openness and curiosity. This transformation did not happen overnight. It was built step by step, by exploring her own desires, nurturing friendships, rediscovering passions, and cultivating emotional authenticity. Gloria's confidence comes from understanding herself deeply, and from making intentional choices about the relationships she invests in. She has learned that life after 60 is not a waiting period or a time of limitation. It is a stage ripe with opportunities for love, adventure, and personal growth. Her joy is rooted in the knowledge that she deserves happiness, companionship, and pleasure just as much as anyone at any age. Actionable takeaways from Gloria's journey are clear and empowering. First, give yourself permission to pursue joy and desire. Don't let age or past experiences create invisible barriers. Second, invest in connections that feel authentic and reciprocal. Focus on quality rather than quantity in your relationships. Third, prioritize emotional growth and self-awareness, because the strongest and most fulfilling bonds emerge when you understand and honor yourself. Fourth, embrace curiosity. Try new activities, meet new people, and remain open to unexpected opportunities for love, friendship, and personal fulfillment. By integrating these principles into daily life, seniors can cultivate relationships and experiences that bring sustained happiness, confidence, and emotional richness. If Gloria's journey resonates with you, hit like, share your own story in the comments, and let others know that it's never too late to find joy, intimacy, and meaningful connection. And don't forget the hype button. Each click helps amplify seniors' voices so more people can discover that love and happiness are waiting for them, no matter their age. Looking forward, there is even more to explore. In the next video, we'll reveal the top 3 unexpected ways seniors are reigniting their love lives in 2025. Trends, tips, and insights that could change the way you approach romance, connection, and intimacy in your own life. Gloria's story is just one example, but the lessons and possibilities are vast. Don't miss it. The best chapter of love and happiness may be just beginning, and you could be right in the middle of